Hey guys, Paul here with Late Night Games. It's currently day 15 of VEDA, so we're 15 days into our challenge, halfway through. Thank you all for those of you who have been watching me. Now, when I was uploading Shogun earlier today and getting ready to record this vlog, I noticed that as of Shogun uploading, I have 149 videos uploading to YouTube, meaning this video that I'm recording right now will be my 150th. I can't believe I've created that many videos. Now, granted, there are a few that are private, like my channel trailer, and when my first episode of I Am Alive went over an hour and a half long, I broke it into 3 smaller, manageable, bite-sized pieces, so that one video then has 3 videos that are combined that one, so that's where those 3 came from. So it's not 150 unique videos, but still, 150 is not a small number by any means, especially since I only started this back in the end of December. It's currently April, so it's been not even 4 complete months yet since I started this channel. That's a pretty decent chunk. That's over 30, that's more than a video a day. Well, yeah, I do daily videos, so I guess that makes sense. I guess I never thought just how fast those numbers would start growing. I mean, it's intense. But I did promise you guys something today, and I promised you guys a reading from my old weblog. So, that being said, give me a moment here to get it queued up, and we'll get started with the reading. This is a post from October 7th, 2006. Yeah, I told you guys that this blog is fairly old, so there's a little bit for you. It's over 7 years old. Actually, almost 7 years old. Chrononaughts Journal, Day 1. I've moved forward into the 22nd century. My goal, to study the time in which mankind first began deep space exploration. The year and date at which I have arrived is December 16th, 2118. My first stop on my journey is the building in which dreams became reality. Today is the day in which the construction of the Warp 5 complex is to begin, and presiding over the coronation of this facility is none other than the founder of warp technology on Earth, Zephram Cochrane. He is delivering a speech to the swarms of media and investors, and I managed to sneak into the crowd and catch a portion. On this day, a powerful engine will be built. An engine that will sometimes help us to travel 100 times faster than we can today. Imagine it. Thousands of inhabited planets at our fingertips, and we will be able to explore these strange new worlds and seek out new life and new civilizations. This engine will let us go boldly where no man has gone before. These words of Dr. Cochrane will forever echo in my heart. Chrononaughts Journal, Day 86. The Earth timeline today is April 16th, 2151. The past 2.5 months I watched and even at points worked with the research crews at the Warp 5 complex, jumping from point to point along the 3 decades in which the Warp 5 engine was being developed. After 86 days of observation and years of construction, the first Warp 5 capable starship built by man is ready for her maiden voyage. The NX-01 Enterprise. Today I was attending the dedication ceremony for the NX-01, Admiral Forrest overseeing the ceremony, and delivered a powerful speech. While Zephram Cochrane made his legendary warp flight 90 years ago and drew the attention of our new friends, the Vulcans, we realized that we weren't alone in the galaxy. Today, we are about to cross a new threshold. For nearly a century, we waded ankle deep in the ocean of space. Now it's finally time to swim. The Warp 5 engine wouldn't be a reality without men like Dr. Cochrane and Henry Archer, who worked so hard to develop it. So it's only fitting that Henry's son, Jonathan Archer, would command the first starship powered by that engine. This dedication ceremony was by far the highlight of my voyage thus far. I managed to sneak out of the dedication soon after Forrest's speech and made my way on board the NX-01 disguised as an engineering officer. I prepared myself for the journey of a lifetime. So guys, that was one of my posts. Now, they're not all Chrononaut logs or anything like that. That's just something I decided to write one day because I was bored. The next week, I won't tell you the whole vlog, but I'll start with the beginning of the post. Alas, I was torn from my chrono mission into the 22nd century prematurely. It would appear that commenting on the 22nd century, here in the 21st century, may have very well altered the course of history, and as such, my temporal privileges were revoked. Yeah, that's the kind of shit that went through my mind 6-7 years ago. And there's a whole bunch of random posts, just post-coffee Halloween fiasco, caffeine on a grand scale, surprise pizza, which some of you who've known me for years, such as Dave and Rob, probably remember surprise pizza. It's something that Dave and I came up with as a business plan to go door to door selling pizza, preemptively striking the people who are sitting at home not wanting to cook supper, thinking I should order something in, and you show up at their door with a hot and ready and fresh pizza? It's a gold mine, except for the amount of people that don't want pizza and the fact that everyone wants different toppings. But hey, as a base business concept, it sounded great back then. And of course, where I go over ways to get out of situations, such as the ninja paradigm or the Morpheus method. Ninja paradigm is just giving the reasoning that you're a ninja, or he, she involved is a ninja. Why were you late today? I'm a ninja. Well, what's with the banana in your ear? I'm a ninja. And why aren't you wearing socks? Oh, I'm a ninja. It works for everything. And then the Morpheus method is, in short, you convince people that the world they live in is nothing but a simulation, a fabrication, a false world, and suddenly what they were bugging you about a moment ago doesn't seem to be on their mind anymore. Anyways, guys, I'll throw a link down to the WordPress where my blog is. I didn't start it on WordPress. I actually started it, if anyone remembers back in the day, of MSN Spaces. It was around back when MySpace was still big and popular. And it was MSN's attempt to compete with that. Since I frequently used my MSN account for everything, having my blog tied to my MSN and people who were friends of mine on Messenger having a little icon show up next to my name whenever I updated it made it a lot easier back then. And then when MSN Spaces shut down years later, they migrated everything over to WordPress, and I was digging through my old email history, and that's when I found out, oh hey look, my blog still exists. And it turns out that I knew that it still existed at one point, because while the original posts were back in 2006, if I scroll up to the most recent, back in 2010 is when I did a post about moving on over to WordPress. Because I realized, hey look, I get to play with WordPress. And I was looking forward to playing with it. And then I did one post 2 days later, and then that was it. I had a tendency back then to start doing something and fall off the radar. I was really bad at not following up and not continuing on projects once I started. I was a very involved person. I wanted to be part of everything. I wanted to start new projects all the time. And unfortunately, I would bite into one and I'd have a lot of fun with it, and then I'd forget. And something else would come up. So that's one of the reasons why being 150 videos in on this YouTube thing and still going strong, I'm so flabbergasted that I'm able to keep up with it, because I do have a tendency of just moving on from tasks fairly soon into starting them. I think the main reason I haven't so far with this YouTube channel is because of you guys. The feedback I've been getting from you guys and the interaction with you guys and the response, that's what's been keeping me going. So you guys are why I still do what I do, and I want to thank you for it, because I'm having a blast doing it, and it wouldn't be here if it weren't for you guys. So hats off to you. Take care. We'll see you guys tomorrow.